Samojen so ekokwa onye kokwa use no we use no ho. So run hu no gina ho a ne ho kales ubehu use no we use no ho. Girl we are say friend Tracy ne yere ne kunu ene sa akode. Ya ware ne de na tena dem se bentoa. On shada ni anything, any intelligence bia to analyze issue. The only thing I kind say ebia obebu magi cube no kind instructions I won't say we are expire and I say expire. That is her level, her highest level of intelligence. Wabetro nyoma e social media, Twitter. Because the new kunu ye no and no be na because of greed no Kwasia 70 she wants to toe the same line. But at this point we have no option to respond to daft, foolish, homegrown slaves from Yere. We need to respond to them. Into plantain chips way about Twitter, and this is what she wrote. On Wankasa air touchy add the video today a seminar esino. That means she knows what she's doing. Her level of intelligence does not get to this level. Why not gonna say use the Twitter to misinform or disinform Ghanaians? We are very, very serious here. We are not talking about musician wives. We are not talking about wives. We are not talking about women whose main work is to open hunger and serve ignorant tribal bigots. No, we are talking about real Ghanaian issues. Now, when Obetroye, or say Freddy Tracy, OWUSU tie brofo Troye, government stake in the Tema port is currently only 15%. We do not have a say in what happens at our port since 2014. So she was stating dates and percentages. Into Odim Dioka. Okure must say it is owned by French billionaire Baloa, who owns 17 other ports in West Africa. Read more here. So she is telling you, so Akonya article be, and you know that article was an article orchestrated by the NPP when they were in opposition. The person who even wrote the article to date has not been able to come and respond to questions that were posed to him. Now this guy goes to pick and tells Ghana for say, oh, in Runa Akaport, it is because 2014, no, John Mahamani NDC for Aton Tema Port, no, look at this. And she goes there and she goes and exhibit her black ass ignorance. Netotum nenumko abegina Twitter. It was from 2014, no, NDC for Aton Port, no, Tema Port, no, look at this. And she goes there and she goes and exhibit her black ass ignorance. Netotum nenumko abegina Twitter. It was from 2014, no, NDC for Aton Port, no, Tema Port, no, expansion, the expanded one, no, NDC for Aton, inti Indrona airport, memi emblemu ekufuado, memi emblemu aban, nemo mi emblemu nikuru jimi fona party na, omoteso na, and because of their foolish carelessness, stupidity and ignorance, no, yema enkofo wuninti, memi emblemu aban, no, yenko blemu 2014, weimo, Titano omuchi kosuya okwan ho na nka yakobo jantra yeba no na ya ma omachi kosuya miensa yewia na nka yato lax ne de acha omo. You see the foolishness they are exhibiting. Netutum nenim ko e no teto da keka nkwasiasem. No fact, misleading Ghanaians. Aban ye di nkwasiasem na ye kirekiremu ye ka no krama aban aye de ye no. Why netutum se aman alata semina. And we use nenim no teto da keka nkwasiasem because ni kunu sa illegal drugs na ni kunu ye de kwa abruchire ba no. And some Kwasia no more to Ghana na MPP so opportunity. Or says she can do she can do politics. It started way back JJ Rawlings time. And I've done this episode. And then I'm saying Abronya na nimsa ponchibi estati and one kasa who so omuni enough information. Omuntuminya jandama omunyina ira no. And there sa gele the tutum se alata semina. What you see the news say ayedian Burkina Faso nentwie bi no I bet now say or no na ebe misinforming kofo. Now in 20 all the way back na JJ Rawlings a president and na onya adwin bi say Tema Port na Kwame Nkrumah ye no isa and that Beth baby a ship ne park no I will say ye biem na eye kese mo se ne be a ship akese beba JJ Rawlings first adwin na nche and na JJ Rawlings den a free abemu JJ Rawlings free abemu akofo buy from 2004 all the way to time akofo so etna abemu ekopim say akofo a free abemu no. What happened was that J.A. Kufuor, what he did was that Okofa company ya from MPS buy MPS company ya and the port no omo no manage no sebio omo no siye omo no manage omo ni Ghana manage bom no J.A. Kufuor time J.A. Kufuor by na JJ Rawlings I blueprint na to And on Wakofa MPS by say, almost person omni MPS and negotiate for and negotiate 20 years deal and I go for the 20 years. Say MPS for Nemra, na Sebio, Omo Embra na yani Ghana for, Yemfa Yesi can see. Na 20 years no, MPS for no, and run the port no. Emu wana kufo e free abemu. Enti kufo free abemu no, ena diyen, atamels baye. Atamels baye no, eno be un say, sa deal na kufo ni MPS for no, it was a bad deal. Enti atamels baye no, eno yana you say no. Kufo deal na Ojato war 2009 from 2004 to 2009 no. Atamels realized say it was somewhere then they need to renegotiate this because Project Way is a massive project. Now when Atamels say omo eba be start na eye day Atamels so nyameto ne safre no. Tie o sha kitchen o cheji diaper na bofa o tirima be keka Kwasia asem otota. When you so enim you so to kan ofui wo di jimi na mo de titigana mmoa 2012 Atamels we Mahama buy no car so you know something. Let me look at this thing again because this thing has been existing government upon government. It's Mahama buy no say this is a huge contract. Ghana in our position we cannot raise the money to do what? To construct this port. And what John Mahama did was that he sat with the MPS for no and renegotiated and said, you know something? So our contract somebody in Council sign, you say a Sasha contract. And this time, what is going to happen is Ghana buy will not contribute a dime. What is going to happen is your friend be BOT, build, operate, and then transfer. So John Mahama a company no say, hey, we are not going to spend a dime. Even though we want to expand our Tema port, make it bigger with other projects connected to it, the Ghana government is not going to put a dime in. And that John Mahama catch the MPS for say, go all the way to wherever your financiers are. Go and raise money. When you raise that money, bring that money back and build that port. Now, when you build that port, your friend be bets, any baby a ship on a packing. Now, the bigger your bets, and a chest ship pack see a pack na Ghana Port and Harbour Authority omuna no mo run old Kwame Nkrumah Tema Port no inti na bet OWUSU sa na ye be 4. Now what happened was MPS Ford by no and mo be see the bigger one inti at that point what was happening was the small port and the big port were all working. What happened was inti I was say omo mkofa sa sika no eba no they have to say also mo ti omo ka they need to recoup back their investment. Because the negotiation John Mahama negotiated with them was that if you bring this amount of money and you are able to build this on Ghana land to belong to Ghana no matter the years, what is going to happen is you are going to run this sport hand to hand. And I say in conjunction. When Ghana Port and Harbour and Mumbai run airport way into Motimokano, na Ghana sorting and faso till say Mobetimoke so the same time we are making the profit then you walk. So as we sit in Ghana today, the Ghana Port and Harbour and MPS, they are running the new and old Tema port. And Ghana as a country, we are making profit. They are also taking out their money that they invested until they exhaust their money. We are still going to do business with them the same way. Any idea Kotoka International Airport. There are so many deals at Mahama signing here. The companies brought their own money to take care of the project. Inti na kokuo we to metina Twitter. Na fe odane ne ho beka se woni bibi from 2014 ya ton Ghana port no de ama company bi wagimi politics na yo enye mo a ahye ene ye nia wa ha enye makeup enye de use na ye use ye to ho eye politics ehia omo madwene mu do inti we ebetina Twitter and obe posti san Kwasia say because she feels say oya MPP ni inti oba be mislead the Ghana for the same way anu kunu kromfo na nabodwe sa ponchi bia ofri China sa akode 2014 15 16 eya Kwasia politics de ne tribal party ni ba power no she thinks say she can do the same thing san Kwasia de we na say stopping no now mamema the history. When John Mahama was in office, 2014, 15, 16, the new Tema port expansion. Now, these are the records.
Starting with, President Mahama has cut sword for the commencement of the $1.5 billion Tema port expansion project. Now, the project is expected to make it the leading seaport in Africa while generating some 400,000 jobs.
The project, which is a joint partnership between the Meridian Port Services and the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, is intended to open up the facility to enhance maritime trade. The expansion comes as the first major works after over 50 years of port existence. Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Richard Anamu, projected that the container traffic for the port will increase from the current 900,000 TEUs to 2.2 million TEUs. Managing Director of the Meridian Ports and Services, Mohammed Samara, was happy about the technology transfer and deployment of modern technologies to meet international standards.
We believe that after this massive upgrade and with its geographical advantage, Tama Port will indeed be positioned as the maritime hub for trade along the west coast of Africa.
President Mahama is elated that Tema Port will be more competitive to handle more trade.
The completion of this project will make Tema Port one of the most efficient ports with quickest turnaround times in the whole of Africa. The port will be able to handle vessels up to 360 meters long. The current port is able to handle vessels only up to 170 meters.
He also touched on the Tema Accra motorway expansion project.
As part of the expansion project, MPS will expand the Tema motorway into a 6-lane motorway, and it is expected that JICA will provide assistance to develop the Tema end of the motorway into an interchange.
The project, when completed in 2018, will accommodate more vessels.
So, we all saw it. It was a joint partnership. And today, Menoka say Ghana is making money out of the port. Now, Moana, you kind of